Yo, 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 what is up? What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back for this much awaited showdown. Yes, it's the big one of the weekend so far. It is the two table toppers, Arsenal versus Chelsea, or Chelsea versus Arsenal. Game is being streamed, rather being broadcasted live from Stamford Bridge. Yes, sorry for the late start. We're just sorting out a few things here, but now we are good to go. So game will be starting in a few. So for the two lineups, let's just get into it. For Chelsea, you have Sanchez in goal, Gusto Fofana, Chaloba, and Cucurella. Then James and Caicedo as the two anchors in midfield. Enzo just ahead of them with Estevao and Neto on the left and on the right respectively. And of course, man like João Pedro as the lone striker. Chelsea are playing in a 4-2-3-1. Yeah, so for Arsenal, yes, you have Raya in goal, Timber, Mosquera, Hincapi, and Calafiori. There's no Saliba. Saliba was actually injured during training yesterday, so he's unavailable for today's game. So no Gabriel and no Saliba. So they have a chance for Chelsea to win. It is today. Then, of course, Zubamendi and Rice, the two anchors. Actually, more Rice plays as a 8 or more or less like an 8. And then Eze just in front of them, off the back of a very impressive performance against Tottenham, hat-trick last weekend. Then, of course, Saka, Martinelli, and Merino as the lone forward. As always, guys, make sure that you are liking the video and subscribing to the channel. If it's your first time here on the channel, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Yes, we're just about ready to start this game. It's a much awaited game, man. In fact, if there was ever a time that these two are at loggerheads, it's now because in fact, in recent memory, there hasn't been a time where Arsenal and Chelsea have met each other and both of them are sitting in first and second position. In fact, the last time that they met and both teams, either team was either in first and the other one was in second. Was it in was it what 20 what 20 what 2014? No, I think maybe it was 205 if I'm not mistaken. Was it 204? Actually 204 when they met at Stamford or at Highbury when Mourinho had just come into Chelsea. Yes, the famous 2-2 draw at Highbury. In fact, that was a very wonderful game, guys. That was a very wonderful game. But I'm sure this game is going to be played at a very high pace because neither team would want to give up ground to the other. In fact, these guys are serious rivals, man. Yes, man like Ryan, how are you? How are you? Hope you are well wherever you are. Thank you so much for being part of the watch along. As always, guys, make sure you are dropping your predictions in the chat. Whom do you think is gonna win today? As always, yes, just gonna set up a poll right here. So not much is happening. Yeah, Arsenal with the ball. Not much is happening. Is Raya almost a very dangerous pass, but actually a wonderful pass, eh? Wonderful pass by Raya. So if you think this game is going to end up in a Chelsea win, Arsenal win, or a draw, do make sure, guys, that you are voting in the chat. Yeah, so like I said earlier, no Gabriel or Saliba today for Arsenal. Gabriel was injured on international duty for Brazil. Saliba was injured yesterday in training, so I don't think he has even traveled with the squad. What a tackle. Come on, that was a fair tackle by Cucurella. As you can see, the game is gonna be feisty. This game is going to be feisty. This game is gonna be feisty, guys. This is gonna be a slugfest, eh? They're gonna be here trading blow for blow for blow, man. They're here to trade blow for blow for blow, man. In fact, I don't think either team is gonna yield to the other because both of them have managed to find themselves in a very, very promising position. At least they can be able even to go on and win the league. In fact, my money is on Arsenal today. Eh? Yeah, Arsenal. I think Arsenal will have too much for Chelsea today. So the disadvantage of Chelsea is that you don't really know which Chelsea team is gonna turn out, whether they're gonna consider an early goal, whether their defense is gonna hold on, because their defense has not been good at all. That's why I said, uh, based on defensive performances, Arsenal to carry the day. But if it was if Chelsea was solid defensively, then I'd say Chelsea for the victory. But because Arsenal got a very, very tough defense. In fact, they are a very, very hard team to break down, which is actually a good thing. That is how you win titles. This is what I think is going to happen. That is what is going to carry them to the title because none of the teams in the Premier League right now can be able to contend against Arsenal because they are way too inconsistent. Arsenal is the only team that has remained consistent all through. So, Man City yesterday came off a very, very hard fought draw against Leeds. So, I don't expect much from Man City because you don't really know when they're going to lose their next game. In fact, those two teams, Liverpool and Caicedo, take it easy, man. I told you it's going to be a feisty one. Let's just hope that referees not gonna destroy the game with red cards or something. Eh? As you can see, both teams, other Chelsea, oh, that's a foul. Yeah, that's gonna be a yellow card. It's gonna be a yellow card. Eh? Hey, Anthony Taylor's got a very difficult game today. Eh? Today is gonna be a very, very difficult day for Anthony Taylor. Yep, it's gonna be a yellow card for Zubamendi. Eh? As you can see, Chelsea right from the off have gone at Arsenal. And they are not in any way afraid of these Gunners. Eh? They are not afraid of them in any way, which is actually good. That is how you're supposed to play against your rivals. Eh? You should not fear them. Not like Tottenham did last week, where they actually played with a back five and he still eventually lost 4-1. So, what's the point of playing with five defenders if you're going to lose 5-1? And in the earlier results that happened during the day, um, Liverpool, at least they're able to stop the slump run of defeats lately. They're able to beat West Ham 2-0. Aston Villa wanting to get the victory against Wolves. And Brighton were able to win by 2 clear goals against Nottingham Forest. So, means that all teams are now still very, very crowded. Right from position 3 all the way to 8. They are just separated by a couple of points. This is Steva almost went clean through. Well defended by Calafiori. Incap forced back. Chelsea have really started on the up. Yeah, Chelsea clearly wanting to dominate play early on. They're happy to keep the ball. Just go at Arsenal. Arsenal, not really expecting much from them. Especially early on. I don't really expect them to go toe to toe with Chelsea right now because there isn't any impetus on them. In fact, all they just need to do is just avoid defeat. That is what you do. Whenever you play away from home, just make sure that you avoid defeat. Just avoid a defeat, man, and you'll be clean through. In fact, that is what Mourinho taught us. He told us whenever you go and play against your rival, just ensure that you avoid defeat. Just force a draw. Then when they come to your home ground, make sure you get the 3 points. And as always, guys, make sure you are liking the video and subscribing to the channel. It's your first time here on the channel. Do make sure that you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Timber. Ish. this game, man. Chelsea are clearly taking the game to Arsenal. Huh? Chelsea are taking the game to Arsenal. In fact, for any 50-50, they are honestly ensuring that they bully Arsenal off the ball. Anyway, it might work, but I'm sure Arsenal are the masters of dark arts. In fact, Arsenal are the masters of those dark arts tactics. Because they clearly know how to bully teams off the ball. Because recently they have actually ensured that they've got a very, very physical team. In fact, most of the Arsenal team is comprised of players who are 6 foot, over 6 foot tall. So, anyway, let's see how they're gonna fare on. So, yeah, Raya just keeping the ball, forced to go long, looking for Merino. Was it Martinelli? By Merino is now Rice. And see, 75% of you have voted for an Arsenal victory. So it was expected. It is expected, man. It is expected. I personally did not expect anything less. Because, yeah, just because Arsenal will be very hard to break down. Maybe the only way that Chelsea can win today is if they manage to shut out Arsenal and just play on the counter. But Arsenal have got a very, very unique Arsenal. See what I did there? Yes, they've got a very unique Arsenal on their locker, especially the whole aspect of set pieces given away by Merino, man. The heck. So just because they have got a very, very important Arsenal in their locker, especially threat from set pieces. Because in the past couple of seasons, Chelsea have been unable to cope with Arsenal. In fact, the last victory that Chelsea had over Arsenal in this ground, was it way back in 20? Let me check. Yeah, so yeah, Arsenal have had a very impressive record in this fixture recently. In fact, Arsenal have been unbeaten against Chelsea since August, was it 2021? Yeah, the famous. Was it Lukaku who scored on that day? Was it Lukaku? Let me see if I can retrieve that team. Yeah, I was right. Yeah, Lukaku. I remembered, man. Carella picks up a yellow card. So on that day, Lukaku and Reece James scored. It's a very, very different Arsenal team. In fact, are there any players that have survived since then? In fact, it's only Saka and Martinelli who survived from that team back then. So, anyway, we'll see what's going to happen. So, Arsenal unbeaten against Chelsea since 2021. In fact, they've actually had a very wonderful success at Stamford Bridge. After that, they won 4-2 at Stamford Bridge. They won 1-0 in 2022. There was also a 5-0 thrashing at the Emirates a couple of seasons ago. It was ever a poor Chelsea performance. It was on that day. And then last season, they actually drew 0-0 at actually no, they drew 1-1 at 1-1 at Stamford Bridge, and then Arsenal did manage to win 1-0 at the Emirates. So let's see how this game is gonna fare on. Let us see how this game is going to fare on. So anyway, guys, make sure you're liking the video and subscribing to the channel. As always, it's your first time here on the channel, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Yes, and for any returning subscriber, make sure you like the video. Do all that wonderful stuff. Rise to the long throw into the box, led away by Chaloba, taken down by Eze. Oh, this is Saka. Saka! Big chance from Saka. What a save from Sanchez. That's gonna be a yellow card. It's gonna be a yellow card for Mosquera. Yellow card, man. Yeah, the referee is not clearly in any mood not to dish out yellow cards. Yes. João Pedro did well to get away from Saka. Then he was brought down by Mosquera. Wonderful pass by Eze, but I think Saka would have been flagged offside if he would have scored that. Yeah. Wonderful shot. Wonderful save from Sanchez using his feet. So straight at him. So, like I told you, yeah, just from that passage of play, you can clearly see that Chelsea are not very comfortable playing out from the back. Huh? It was a very, very poor pass from Sanchez. But at least the beauty with it that is that Chelsea are clearly fired up for this game. They are clearly, if they're gonna go down, they are clearly gonna go down fighting. But let's just hope that this is just not gonna be a tale of two halves where they play remarkably well in the first half, then in the second half they just pull off a stinker. Raya hoofs it forward, played away by Chaloba. Hincap. Cap clears it away. Martinelli, what is he doing? Seriously. How is he jumping like that? Hey, Sanchez with these passes, man, today, honestly, don't know what he's doing, man. This is James. James. Was he fouled by Eze? No foul, no foul. Yeah, that didn't look like a foul anyway. Yeah. Can clearly see Chelsea are fired up. They are really closing Arsenal down. Especially, they're not giving Arsenal any time on the ball, especially when Arsenal trying to just pass in midfield, trying to unsettle them for as much as they can. But I do think that the way they are playing, these passes that they're normally doing from the back, they're just gonna get caught out. So the way they are playing, it's like it's a very dangerous game that they are playing, because clearly their defenders are not built for that. It's Enzo, is now Estevao in the box, Estevao, João Pedro, oh, that was Pedro Neto. That's defending from Hincap. Nice play from Califiori. Cleared long by Hincap. Hey, Caicedo's a fighter, man. He's Enzo Fernandez. Yeah, both teams are coming to this game on the back of very, very wonderful results in midweek in the Champions League. Chelsea did manage to beat Bayern Munich, rather not Barcelona 3-0, while Bayern Munich lost to Arsenal by 3-1. So both teams this game, they're really fired up. Carella, better be careful. You're already walking a tightrope. Just know that you're man marking Saka, so better make sure you do not in any way receive a second yellow card, because you're already on a yellow card. Long by Raya, led away by James. Was there a foul? No foul. By Mosquera. Zubamendi. Given away by Arsenal again. Enzo. Yeah, I'm just watching this game as I need. Whoever wins it, good for them, man. If Arsenal win it, well, they pretty much cement their position at the top of the table. having built a gap on everybody else. If Chelsea win it, they just close the gap to Arsenal to 3 points. Then they also bring the other teams into play. But I don't think it's going to be sustainable because those other teams are not that good either. So, João Pedro, Hincap, Estevao! Oh my God! That was a chance, man. Well, Estevao, what the heck are you doing, man? Come on, that should have been a goal. Honestly, that should have been a goal. What better chance do you want? Why are you hitting it on your... Why are you trying to, like, screw it like that? So you just hit it with your laces, man. That was a big chance missed for... That was a big chance missed by Esteva. Big chance missed. Wonderful tackle by Rice. Incap hoofs the ball clear. That way by Gusto. By Eze. Now back with Caicedo. Arsenal have been pretty much been second best in this fixture. Anyway, like I said, it's still early days, man. As we saw in the game that just ended between United and Palace, just playing beautifully for one half does not guarantee you a victory. Esteva, this guy, man, he's not beginning to become overconfident. Come on, play with your teammates, man. There's no way you're gonna score from there, surely. You had Gusto on the overlap. Should have played in Gusto. And Enzo was just right there, man. Yep. As you can clearly see, he's a player who wants to make his mark on this game. And sometimes that comes at the expense of the entire team. So you realize that he's so fixated on wanting to put up a decent performance for his club as an individual, but he forgets that it's a team sport. It's Calafiori coming forward, Calafiori into Martinelli into Calafiori, Merino, almost slid in the pass there for who? Was it for Eze? This is Rice into Eze, Hincap, back to Mosquera into Saka. Pedro Neto better go and help out Saka. Sorry, what's his name? Cucurella, because Cucurella is already on a yellow card. So Cucurella has to ensure that his tackling is very what? Very benign. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. Very benign because he might as well get his matching orders in the first half because man marking Saka for the remainder of the game, well, on a yellow card, a very tall order. So Pedro Neto needs to drop back and help him out so that Saka does not get into any 1v1s versus 1v1s versus Cucurella. This game is clearly played at a very, very high team. It's like Chelsea. Can clearly see that Chelsea want it more. Is Enzo? Enzo, what a tackle by Timber. What a tackle, man. What a tackle. He clearly saved a goal right there, man. Because Eze was not Eze. Enzo was clean through, huh? So I fear for Chelsea, especially when they receive the ball, their defensive half. Especially now when they are playing from the back. Do fear for them, man, because Sanchez, Chaloba, Fofana are not really the best players blessed with ball playing ability. Timber, back to Mosquera, this is Hincap. Mosquera. Mosquera. Yep, the ball was off Mosquera. So this is Pedro Neto, Caicedo. Caicedo into Pedro Neto. Neto, Cucurella, Caloba, to Rhys James. In fact, maybe Rhys James might have found his best position. Especially since he loves to play as a. Eze loses out. This is Estevao. 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 This guy, man. You're so eager to impress that you cannot even combine with your teammates, man. That was such a simple pass that you needed to play in behind to Gusto. Estevao, man. This is the problem with such players. Because he had a very wonderful performance against Barca, he thinks that he can just play the same way. No. Barca are way more, the Arsenal are way more superior to Barca. So, just because you had a wonderful game against Barca doesn't mean that you're going to have the same against Arsenal. This is Estevao into the box. A poor cross, man. What the heck's going on? Come on, guys. Come on. Hey, Chelsea, like Maresca has told Chelsea players to just treat this as a boxing match, a wrestling match, because it's like they just want to trade blows upon blows, man. Yeah, at least his name, Palma is back. Palma is almost back for Chelsea. This is on the bench today, so is he on the bench? Let me just confirm if he's on the bench. He on the bench? Is Palma on the bench? Let me check if he's on the bench. Yeah, Cole Palmer is on the bench. So João Pedro. João Pedro, come on, man. By Hincap. What I love about Arsenal is that you never see them making any mistakes whenever they're playing out from the back. Yeah, you never see them making any mistakes. It's something good. Maybe is the calmness that champions have, especially when you know that every player on your team is comfortable keeping the ball. They don't treat it like a hot potato. No, don't pass to me, don't pass to me. No, I don't want it, I don't want it. Guerra with a long kick forward, headed by Saka. Cleared by Cucurella. Zara foul. Foul on Caicedo by Merino. It's like Merino's not really playing as a forward. And clearly see that been told to tuck in midfield and make it a very rigid back other midfield 4. Yes. Long intercepted by Califiori, by Rice. This is Mosquera into Raya. Wonderful pass. Intercepted by Rhys James. I can see Califiori, that's gonna be a yellow card. It's gonna be a yellow card. Unnecessary, man. He's not going anywhere. You already got enough cover back there. Yeah, Califiori could not see James coming from his blind side. Then James stole the ball from him, then he just had to bring him down. It's got a very unnecessary yellow card. Necessary yellow card. Because at times when you may need to do such a foul, or to make such a foul, later on in the game, it's going to be hard because you're already on a yellow card. But anyway, it's a free kick to Chelsea. 27 minutes have gone by so fast. It's a good game so far. It's a good game. Enzo into the box. Cleared by Timber. João Pedro versus Califiori. João Pedro gonna do there. Well defended by Calafiori. Gonna be a goal kick. Ball was off João Pedro. Let's see whether it was. Yep. Very, very good decision. Very, very good decision. Well spotted by the officials. Back with Raya. Raya goes long, looking for Saka. Sanchez, man. There's ever a player that gives you shivers, especially when he has the ball, it's Sanchez. Enzo just throwing the ball straight at Timber, man. Yeah, ball has been turned over. Both managers so animated on the touchline. Eh? Can clearly see they're treating this game as a must win for either side. Eh? Doesn't really have the same ring to it as the Pep Klopp rivalry of a few years back, but you can clearly see that neither team wants to concede defeat to their rivals. In fact, there's always a ongoing debate as which is the biggest club. Oh, Hincap, João Pedro. Ah, what the heck is he doing, man? Oh, Hincap, you are so lucky, man. You are so lucky. Enzo brought down by Timber. Was that a foul? No foul. Hey, this game, man. Sanchez. They were a player that clearly don't trust at the back. Sanchez. It's like there's always he's always has a mistake in him. Like you don't know when the mistake is coming. Offside on Pedro Neto. I don't know what happened to. Let's look at that earlier chance. Was Hincap falling over? João Pedro, poor pass. But I like the closing down from Arsenal. João Pedro. Poor touch. And the ball, he just did not get the ball further away from his foot. Because if the ball was a little bit further away from his foot and slightly ahead, he have struck that ball. Have gone into the Chelsea, rather into the Arsenal net. Califiori into Saka. No foul, eh? No foul whatsoever. Picked up by Gusto. 3-on-3. Estevao. This kid, man. Estevao. Enzo! Straight at Raya. Chelsea are clearly fired up for this game, huh? Which is good. It's good, man. Because they shouldn't just expect them to just roll over and get battered by Arsenal. It's a good rivalry. Like I said, in fact, that game back then in 2004 had the same feeling to it. Because you could clearly feel that Chelsea on that day were the team that was trying to impose themselves. Arsenal are the current champions. Oh, João Pedro, was he foul? No foul. Nice stand by Timber. Carella better be careful, eh? Anthony Taylor today has a difficult match to handle, eh? Clearly has a very difficult match to handle today, eh? Yeah, how you run? I already said hi to you earlier. Hi, how are you? How are you, man? How are you? Anyway, guys, make sure you're liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Yes, thank you for tuning in for this watch along. As always, do drop your predictions in the chat, or also maybe just make your vote. Whom you think is gonna carry the day? Think Arsenal are gonna win? Okay, just vote for Arsenal. If you think it's gonna be a draw, do the same. It's your first time on the channel, make sure that you are liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Been a good watch so far. It's not been a dull game. It's not been a dull game at all, which is what we like to see. Especially if one team is challenging for the league and the other one is trying to halt the other one in their tracks. Mr. Alon, big up, bro. Big up, my bro. Big up, big up. Man, Caicedo and Zubamendi got hurt, eh? Oh. Hope they're okay. Maybe Caicedo is doing that because this looks like player acting from Caicedo. Yeah. And of course the referee is gonna give him a yellow card. He thinks that he's going to escape from this without a yellow card. That is what he's trying to avoid. That is why he's writing on the floor, man. My friend, writing in pain on the floor. Friend, you're not smarter than the referee, man. You could clearly see that you fouled Merino. So, no matter how much you act and pretend that you're hurt, you're not really hurt. You're just hoping that the referee is going to have mercy on you and not show you the yellow card. Oh! He's lucky. Oh my God. If this goes to VAR, this guy might be off. If this goes to VAR, this guy might be off, man. He might be off. He might be getting his matching orders. Has he actually twisted his knee? What? Or maybe he tweaked his knee or something. Maybe he got an ACL tear or something. That's why sometimes whenever you play such games, just need to be careful. I have a feeling this one is going to go to VAR. Merino still on the floor. So the referee is going to give him a yellow card. That is what he's waiting for. You're not escaping the yellow card, Caicedo. Or is it a red or something? A yellow card. It was a bad foul, huh? Then he's pretending like he's so shocked. My friend, don't be shocked. Don't be shocked. The referee is explaining to him why I gave you the yellow card. I told you, if this goes to VAR, my friend, this guy might be off. There you go. This guy is off. He's off. He's off. He's off. He's off. He's off. Whenever you see the referees going to the monitor, game's done. Yeah. Because if they play that in slow motion for him, Okay, his foot was a little bit high. Did he actually slide? No, he actually slid a little bit. This is a red card. Caicedo is gone. Caicedo is gone. Caicedo is gone. He's off. He's off. He's off. He's off. There's no way that that challenge is gonna be taken to VAR and then the referee just says, you know what, you're gonna escape with no punishment. It's a red card. See what he has to say. I told you. I told you. Red card for Caicedo. Red card. The yellow has been upgraded to a red card there. So Caicedo off. Get his matching orders. Caicedo off. Yep. It was a rush challenge anyway. What did he expect? The referee just to let him walk away scot free. No, that was never gonna happen. It was never ever gonna happen. So Chelsea are down to 10 men. Yes, let me just put the red over the Chelsea. Yeah, clearly, yeah. He went in with excessive force. I'm sure if it was the other way around, the referee would have made sure that he also gives a red card for that because clearly he went in with excessive force. He caught Merino on top of his foot. And there you go. Caicedo is off. So that means, and of course, a clear red card carries with it an automatic 3 match suspension, not month. 3 match suspension. So Caicedo gets his matching order. So us Chelsea will have to manage this game with 10 men. The writing was on the wall in this case. Everything now favors Arsenal to get a goal in this game and go on and win. This is Rice, Zubamendi. But it seems like Enzo may have learnt his lesson. Remember, this is not the first time that Chelsea have been reduced to 10 men in any game. The other game, they are reduced to 10 men against Manchester United. Uh, Immediately, you could clearly see Enzo Maresca took off all his attackers. Oh, God. Where's Chaloba? Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Referee elbow. Oh, my God. Clearly elbowed Chaloba. Is everybody gonna review that as well? Well, in retrospect, when he's jumping, you can't really expect his hands to be down. But I don't know. I think VAR are just giving it time. The referee has been told not to resume play, just to have a look at this foul. If he's to give him a red card for that, I think that would be kind of unfair. And I don't know. Maybe, who knows? I'm sure he's under pressure now from the Chelsea players and the manager to even things out since he just gave James a red card. Not James, Caicedo. Has he been told to go and review the decision? Let's see. Chaloba is still down, man. He's back on his feet. It seems like the referee has been told that the yellow card is a worthy punishment. So they are so lucky. They are so lucky. So lucky. Maybe that goes to VAR, a different manager, or rather a different game. Chalobah just being helped back onto his feet. I hope he is going to be okay. I think maybe what Chelsea need to do, just take over João Pedro and put on Andro Santos. Just play a 4-3-2. Play with Enzo, Andro Santos, and James in midfield. Then Estevao and Pedro Neto as the two forwards. Just keep them up top. Yeah, because clearly right now, João Pedro is not going to help you in this game. Because right now, what Chelsea need to do is they need now to play on the transition. So the game has already gotten away from them. So the best thing that they can do is just take off João Pedro and maybe bring on Real Santos because Lavia is injured. Is Mosquera. There was ever a time that the Stars have favored Arsenal this season. If Arsenal, you Arsenal fans in the chat, if you do not go on to win this Premier League title this season, I don't know what you want, man. You cannot be helped. In fact, just get relegated from this Premier League and go. This is Timber. Nice defending by Chalobah. Out for a corner. If you guys do not go on to win this league, the way things are simply just shaping up to be in your favor, man. It's like all the stars have aligned for Arsenal to win the league this season. All their title rivals are just faltering all over the place. Very inconsistent. As for them, they've got a very, very steady defense, a very powerful Arsenal in their ranks, especially the set piece plays and such. They can also score from open play as well. And let's watch this corner first. Corner into the box, picked up by Sanchez. It's Pedro Neto versus Eze. Pedro Neto cuts inside. Plays to Gusto. Gusto. This is Estevao. Estevao. Intercepted by Rice. How many minutes of added time? Maybe 5 or 6. And now maybe 5 or 6 minutes of added time. Oh, Pedro Neto loses out. Picked up by Rice. Now with Eze. Yeah, 5 minutes of added time. This is Rice. Martinelli. What a save! What a save from Sanchez. What a save, man. He was clearly wrong-footed, eh? He was clearly wrong-footed, but he managed to pull off a wonderful save, man. Yeah, Martinelli went for placement rather than power. Picked up by James. Hey, Chelsea, man. Even with 10 men, they still look very, very strong and powerful. They are not fearing Arsenal in any way. It's like they are taking the game to them completely. They are taking the game to Arsenal. Even with 10 men, they do not care, man. But I still think that they do need to make the change. Bring on Andrea Santos. Over the top. Cleared by Declan Rice. As far as Fofana. But the game is actually poised very well for Arsenal maybe to go on the charge in the second half. I told you, Sanchez, instead of relieving pressure on the defense, simply pulls off poor pass after poor pass. Then he's forcing his teammates to scramble back and defend. That's why in this game you need somebody. That's why I said trusting Sanchez in this game. It's like putting your hopes on a 5-year-old win you a tournament. I'm not saying that Sanchez is a 5-year-old, but Sanchez is not the kind of player that is is gonna bail his team out of jail, man. He might just bail you out of jail, but in the next passage of play, concedes a goal. Very, yeah, because he's very, very. He always has have a poor performance in him, eh? On my channel, okay, I don't know what that means. Don't know what that means, Ryan. So it's a corner to Arsenal. He's gonna take it. Of course, it's Rice. But if Arsenal to get the first goal, I think it will be over. It would be over. Of course, Rice over the on set piece duty or other corner duty for Arsenal. It's Declan Rice. Declan Rice with the box. Punched away by Sanchez. Picked up by Martinelli. Nali gives it away. This is now Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto circles it well. This is now James. Oh, there's ever a game that Chelsea have actually played well. It's this one. Based on what happens in this title race or in this game, eh? Oh, into the box. Picked up by Gusto. Gusto overcooked the cross. Picked up by Saka. Carella. Carella is not caring to get into the tackle with to go in on Saka. It's James back to Chaloba. Is now Rhys James. Fouled by Timber. Hey, Chelsea players today. Whatever happens in this game, anyway, first half performance, superb. So they have clearly taken the game to Arsenal. Even when they are reduced to 10 men, could clearly see that they are not giving Arsenal any ounce of breathing space. In fact, if you are joining the game now, you'd actually maybe think that it's actually 11 versus 11. You'd not know that Chelsea are down to 10 men. But sometimes that is also what makes a good team. Enzo versus Mosquera. Enzo dancing feet. Don't know what he's trying to do, eh? Yep. Mosquera just rolling on the floor while the referee blows for half time. So that's half time. That's half time, guys. This game. I love this game, man. I can clearly see Chelsea. Hey, Chelsea today. Respect. Kudos to them, man. Hey, Chelsea today. Anyway, like I said, based on this first half performance, it's good. It's good. Honestly, they have clearly taken the game to Arsenal. They are pushing them all the way. They are clearly ensuring that they're not just gonna roll down, roll over, and just let Arsenal spunk them. But they are clearly taking the game to them. Eh? They're clearly showing them, you know what, my friend, we're not in any way gonna leave this. Let this slide. We are gonna fight for this, which is actually a good thing. That is what we wanted. That is what we wanted this season, eh? Because you just don't want one team just to run away with the title in December. Come on, man. Come on. No, we don't want that. Honestly, we do not want that. No team should just run away with the title as if the others are not competing. Because what we try to avoid is having a one horse race like the one we did, like the one we had last season. That is what we are trying to avoid. You see the video? Okay, which video are you referring to? Which video are you referring to? Yeah, so, but anyway, that red card clearly helps Arsenal's cause. But if you had to look at the game now, based on how the first half has unfolded, you'd not think that you not think that this this is going to you'd not think that this game is actually 10 versus 11. You'd actually think it's still 11 versus 11 because Chelsea, they have pushed Arsenal off the park. They have clearly ensured that they put in a tackle, have been very, very physical. Somebody might say that they're maybe employing the dark art strategy, which there's nothing wrong with that, because other teams have applied it in the past and it has actually worked. But we will see how things go. We will see how things go. Second half is gonna be interesting. But for me, you know what? What I'm going to say is this. It seems like everything has aligned for Arsenal to win this Premier League season. This Premier League title rather. And if they don't go on to win it, then I do not know how they're gonna be helped. Honestly, I do not know how they're gonna be helped going forward. Because because so many things have aligned to ensure that these guys actually win this title. Their closest challengers are well over the place. Chelsea were not Arsenal's closest challengers. It was actually Liverpool and City. And Liverpool and City are falling off the wagon. And those two, they can't clearly mount a title challenge because those two are very, very inconsistent. They might lose, they might beat somebody for 6 today. Then in the next game, they actually lose. In fact, for Man City, you saw yesterday that they really struggled. To get the victory over Leeds. Leeds, a championship team. That's why I said, you know what? I don't think there is a worthy challenger to Chelsea's, other to Arsenal's title charge. The only team that can stop Arsenal is Arsenal. They will be their biggest enemies. They will be their biggest enemies if they don't go on to win this title. I don't know because so far, at least with the team that they have, they've got I think the best squad depth in the league right now. At least they've got wonderful squad depth. They are playing well. At least they're mixing things up. Initially, people had said that they're just scoring from set pieces, but now at least they're able to score from any other from open play. So anyway, we'll see what happens. We will definitely see what happens in the second half. Yeah. So anyway, have a look at the stats. And so far, even if the result was to remain this way, still helps Arsenal because they'll still be 5 points ahead of City, six ahead of Chelsea, and nine ahead of Liverpool. So at least they've got a cushion, which I think that cushion is gonna continue to increase as the games go by. Because City, like I said, City super inconsistent. Chelsea, Chelsea are not so bad, but I don't I don't think Chelsea can also mount up a title charge because they are also inconsistent. Chelsea are also very inconsistent. Chelsea are also very inconsistent. So yeah, yeah. Oh man, sorry, I'm just watching the final stages of this Formula One Grand Prix. It's quite exciting. Just on a side note, because Verstappen is currently leading the race and on his way to victory. Piastri is second, Sainz is third, Norris is fourth. So if it remains this way, then Verstappen is gonna move into second place and at least like is it 10 or 14 points behind Norris. Yeah, because Verstappen has actually won the race. Yeah, Verstappen wins the race. Yeah, Verstappen has won the race. It's the Qatar Grand Prix. Piastri has finished second. Yeah, Sainz has finished third. Norris has finished fourth. So that means that the title is gonna go all the way to the last day. The championship is gonna go all the way to the last day. My God, are we gonna do a watch along for that F1? I think we might. I think we're gonna do an F1 watch along for that. Sunday, 7th of December, 1600, Abu Dhabi. Winner takes all, man. So Verstappen has actually now gone above Piastri into second place on 396. Norris still leading the championship by 408 points. Piastri is third on 392. And what Norris needs to do the next race for him to win the championship is just finish ahead of Verstappen. Or if Verstappen finishes in first position, he makes sure he finishes in second position. Or just ensure that you finish the race, man. Just finish in the points. Because it seems like it's a very, very late charge from Verstappen. Yeah, the title is now between Verstappen and Norris. I don't know what happened to Piastri, but as soon as the race started, I switched to this watch along. But anyway, who knows? Sorry guys, I just got kind of distracted by that. But anyway, we also do F1 content, which we hope to do going forward. Maybe we're gonna do it next Sunday. Next Sunday. So I don't. Let me see. Next Sunday. Are there any 4 o'clock games? Are there any 4 p.m. games? If there are no 4 p.m. games, then I'll just do that watch along. So it's gonna be March week 15. I think I'm gonna do it. Because on Sunday, don't have any games, man. On Sunday, there's so very big dead. Actually, just have dead games. Brighton, West Ham, Fulham, Crystal Palace. Nah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do that, man. Because next Saturday, that's when you're gonna have Aston Villa versus Arsenal. And then from 1800, Bournemouth, Chelsea, Everton, Forest, Man City, Sunderland, Newcastle, Burnley, Tottenham, Brentford. And then at 20:30, 8:30 Kenyan time, we're gonna have Leeds versus Liverpool. So I think I'm gonna do that watch along. I might do that watch along, guys. I might do that F1 watch along, next Sunday, 1400 or 1600 hours. What's with the smoke, man? Hey, Verstappen. Verstappen has actually clawed his way back into this title fight, man. Like six races ago, he looked down and buried. In fact, he had trained Norris by like 100 points. Right now, he's just 14 points behind. Hey, Verstappen. There's ever a fighter, it's this guy. That is why I like this guy, man. That is why I like this guy. He never goes down without a fight. Ever since that impressive victory in 2021 against Hamilton, can clearly see that this guy, man, the super fighter. He never takes things lying down. He completely doesn't not take anything lying down. So anyway, Verstappen has won that race. So goes down to the wire next Sunday. So next Sunday is the last Grand Prix of this year. It's gonna take place at rather in Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi is normally the last Grand Prix of the year. Winner takes all. If Piastri wins the race, then he has to hope that Verstappen and Norris do not finish the race or just finish outside the points. So basically, Piastri, other Norris, for him to be champion, he just needs to ensure that he scores some points. Even if he was to finish third on that day, no matter what happens, even if Verstappen was to finish in first position, he definitely wins the championship. Hey, Verstappen, man, this guy, respect. Respect, man, respect to Verstappen, man. This guy. Anyway, second half is about to resume, guys. Second half is about to resume. Let's see how this game is gonna go. About to kick off second half. Seems like Garnacho is about to come on. Why is Garnacho being brought on? Why is he being brought on? To replace who? Replace Esteval. Maybe to replace João Pedro. It seems like Garnacho is stripped and ready to come on for the second half. Huh? I don't know whom he's coming in for. Don't know that's João Pedro or Esteval. I think maybe it's Esteval. So that now Pedro Neto moves over to the left, over to the right. Garnacho is going to play off the left. Anyway, guys, make sure you're liking the video and subscribing to the channel. It's your first time here on the channel. Do make sure that you like the video and subscribe. Seems like Skelly is also coming on. So I'm sure Skelly is coming on for Calafiori. That is smart thinking from Arteta. Yeah, just take him off because just take Calafiori off because he's on a tight rope, man. So Skelly is coming on for Calafiori. So whom is Garnacho coming in for? Is it Esteval? If it's Esteval, that's okay. Because it's Esteval, huh? And yes, so Skelly has come on for Calafiori. Arsenal, of course, doing their usual team huddle. So whom is Garnacho coming in for? Whom is he coming in for? Number 41 for Chelsea. It's Esteval. Oh, okay. Figured, man. He's not going to bring on a central midfielder. Interesting. Anyway, second half has resumed, guys. So, second half is underway. So, only two changes have been made by either side. Come on, man. You see, this game, the referee better get get it under control because it seems like whenever any Chelsea player is touched by an Arsenal player, They overreact to it, man. Come on, that was a fair challenge. When you expect him just to let him get, just to let him, you expect Hincap just to allow you to get the ball like that so easily. Come on, man. Of course, Chelsea are gonna do everything in their power to ensure that they balance the numbers, but try and maybe get one of the Arsenal players sent off. So, Pedro is appealing. That was not a bad. He's actually complaining at. Who is he complaining at? Honestly, James to the box. What a save from Raya! What a save! Ah, what a save from Raya, man! That's the first time I've seen Arsenal get undone by a set piece. What a save from Raya! But the ball was actually going wide. I don't think it was actually going in. Anyway, corner to Chelsea to the box by James. Goal! Chaloba! 10-man Chelsea have taken the lead, man. Ay, 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 ay. This was not scripted, man. This was not scripted for us, no. But who can blame Chelsea? Because Arsenal, ever since they went a man up, they have just been playing poorly in this game. Honestly. Ay, 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 ay. I just said that I've never seen Arsenal get undone by a set piece. And 5 seconds later, Chalobah scores for them. Cannot be offside from a corner. You cannot be offside from a corner. You know that, right? Or they're actually going to disallow this because Enzo was at the back post. No VAR concast, man. You might actually see them wanting to review that and chalk it off. Anyway, Chelsea have taken the lead, man. Chelsea have taken the lead. And you know what? On the balance of play, fully deserved. Fully deserved. Fully deserved, man. Because Arsenal have not done anything whatsoever. Prior to the red card, and even after the red card, Chelsea or the Arsenal have not done anything in this game. Not absolutely anything. They are playing as if they've got this in the bag already. Now Chelsea have something to defend, something to hang on to. I don't know whether they are gonna be able to. Anyway, because Arsenal might just turn this around. Let's see what they are made of. In fact, now the onus is on Arsenal to win this game because whenever now you play against 10 men for around 50 to 60 minutes, then it means that you're supposed now to win this game. If you play against 10 men for over 60 minutes, definitely you should be turning it around, man, because you have the man advantage. This is Saka versus Garnacho. Saka shot. Actually been kept in by Sanchez, prevented a corner. Maybe that was the only way that Chelsea would have scored off a set piece, because it seems them going forward was kind of difficult. But maybe they just needed a dodgy set piece. Wonderful delivery into the box. Was that actually a corner? What do you might argue that it's a corner, man? Hey, Arsenal. Arsenal, these are the games that you should be winning, man. But anyway, it's still early days. It's still early days. They still have a lot of time, 40 plus minutes. Still have a lot of time. 40 plus minutes is enough to get 3 goals, man. But based on the balance of play, that's a deserved lead by Chelsea. Fully deserved, man. Because Arsenal have completely just been off it today. Chelsea have just ensured that they push them further and further back. They also ensure that they unsettle this Arsenal team. Because ever even as soon as the what the whistle was blown, start the first half, you could clearly see that Chelsea were way more fired up for this game, more than Arsenal. It's like Arsenal were just coming to this game hoping that they were just gonna steamroll through Chelsea. It's gonna be a routine 3 points. And like I said earlier, it's actually been a wonderful hunting ground for Arsenal in recent history, because they've actually won. Is it the past 3-2 visits? Not this one, but prior to the last seasons, they had actually won like 3 previous visits to Stamford Bridge. They had actually won 4-2. They had also won 1-0. The Saka closed down by Cucurella. And they had also won back in 2023. Actually, the other season they actually won. Was it 1-0? Yeah, remember 2023 season. Actually, in 2022, remember the famous Gabriel header. The famous Gabriel header. But today it's like Chelsea have clearly shown that they can clearly turn on the style if they have to. Enzo seems to be down. Hope he's okay. I hope he is okay. Is Zubamendi? Anyway, we're gonna see now what Arsenal are made of, eh? We're gonna see what they are made of, especially in this game. To the box by Timber, by Sanchez. It's gonna be a yellow card for Skelly. Hey man, this game. And it just came on, man. Now he's also walking a tightrope. Understand why he took the foul there. Because James would have managed to get away from him and had a run in at goal. It would have been a 2 versus 1. Pedro Neto and James versus Hincap. And Hincap is already on a yellow card. So if Hincap is to bring anyone down, penalty. Or the second yellow card. Yeah. João Pedro has been taken off. So Delap has been brought on. It's actually a good change. Because at least Delap is also a fighter. So I'm sure he's been brought in to fight for this, because this Delap fella is also a fighter, man. Clearly the kind of player who does not mind fight whatsoever. Pedro Neto, by Gusto, cleared by Pedro Neto. By James, to the far side towards Garnacho. Nice pass by James. Is Garnacho, well defended by Rice. It's out for another Chelsea corner. Hey, Arsenal are still on the ropes, man. Hey, in fact, I'm wondering, in this game, in fact, if you're just to tune in right now, you do not notice that Chelsea are playing with 10 men. It's like Chelsea have gone up another gear ever since they were reduced to 10 men. So sometimes if they're going to lose this game, it will be really unfair on them because they clearly today they have played their hearts out. But as you know, football is not played on merit, man. You have to earn your victories. If they are to go on and lose this game, they are the ones who bottled it. Garnacho, this is Rhys James. Rhys James into the box. Goalmouth scramble. Eze. Martinelli blocked off. Is Trossard available? I don't know if Trossard is available. Hey, Arsenal today. It seems like Chelsea clearly, yeah. Clearly, Arsenal need to make changes. So Odegaard and Madueke are about to come on. Remember that Madueke was bought from Chelsea. So I think Madueke is gonna come off for Saka or Martinelli. So is he gonna be booed? Let me see whether it's gonna be booed. No need to boo the fella. So Zubamendi has also been taken off to be replaced by Odegaard. That's actually a good change, eh? That's actually a good change. That's actually a good change, eh? Because that means that Rice is just gonna play as the holding midfielder, while Eze and Odegaard pull the strings as the two advanced eights. It's the lap. Balls out of play. That's actually a good change from Arteta. I don't know if it's gonna pay off, eh? Yeah, Madueke is getting booed, man. I don't know why he's getting booed, man. You are the guys that sold him, man. Why are you booing him again? His Hincap, his Odegaard. Odegaard coming forward. Odegaard, Madueke. Odegaard loses out to Delap. Pedro Neto is not that fast, man. Bad pass from Delap. Maybe he should have just held on to the ball and just advance towards the Arsenal goal. This is Rice into Odegaard. Odegaard. This is Saka. Saka. Saka to the box. Goal! Merino! 1-1. That lead did not last long at all, man. Merino with a goal for Arsenal. Yep, always a threat from set pieces, man. I don't know what Chalobah was doing on that far end. Gusto was outnumbered by Madueke and Merino. Wonderful header by Merino, man. An even better pass from Saka. Free header. It's 1-1. It's 1-1. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That is good for an Arsenal perspective because clearly shows that now they are gonna go for it. Because whenever you need to win these games, you're supposed to get an equalizer. Maybe within 10-15 minutes of going a goal down. It was actually silenced the crowd, eh? Because I don't know where Fofana and Chalobah was on the far end. I don't know where Fofana was, eh? By Eze. Just will have to do it all over again. By James. Like as soon as Arsenal score, it's like Arsenal are playing out for a draw, huh? So like Arsenal are playing out for a draw because as soon as they have scored, they have just go back into their shape. They're just happy to defend. Like I said, yes, the onus is on Chelsea to win now because nobody's expecting what Delap was doing there. But nobody's expecting Arsenal or Chelsea to put up a title charge. Or that Chelsea to put on a title charge. Put out a title charge because I said they're also very inconsistent. But this is a game for Arsenal. If they are to win this game, then can pretty much say that the league is done and dusted. There's nobody's gonna catch them. So that would mean that Arsenal from this point going forward will have to lose how many points? Is it like over 9 points? While the other teams win 9 points just like that. And as you know, in this game, it doesn't work like that. Whenever you start building gaps, those gaps are gonna remain for some time. In fact, they tend to widen. Remember last season, people thought that Liverpool are gonna slow down, but they never did slow down. It's Pedro Neto, Pedro Neto, Pedro Neto. Nice tackle by Hincap. What's going on? Why are they going having a go at each other? Yeah, Incap is being told by Moscow, don't wind him up, man. Do not wind him up. You're already on a yellow card. Just needs to do something, and then if you provoke him, that's it. We're also down to 10 men. Yeah, Odegaard, actually pushed to the ground. Who fouled him? There's one thing I've never understood, especially when it comes to corners, is that why do managers want to have these mismatches, especially when it comes to marking? Because you see, for Fana, a very good centre back in the air being marked by Odegaard. Of course, Timber marking Chaloba, that's fair. But Timber is also good in the air. The box, Carella heads it wide. It's picked up by Rice. It's Madueke. Madueke forced back. Declan Rice. Declan Rice just the flank to add Saka. Saka was double out of play. Yes, it was. So throw into Chelsea. Garnacho. Particularly, what I'm proud of Maresca is at least he's been able to learn from his mistakes. Because remember that, like I said earlier, when he had a man sent off, Sanchez sent off at Old Trafford, he took off three of his attackers. He took off Palmer, I think Estevao, and João Pedro. I went to our back. Was it a defensive approach? And that was not able to save his team. Eventually ended up losing 2-1. But for today, as you can clearly see, he's been down to 10 men and he's been he's not been he's not shown rather any signs of being afraid to go toe to toe with Arsenal. Madueke, the header, cleared by Fofana. Eze, what's Eze doing? Picked up by Fofana, release Garnacho. It's Garnacho. Garnacho, see the pass. Picked up by Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto. Enzo. Now with James Gusto. It's back with James. But James has actually played well today. James has clearly played very, very well today. Picked up by Delap. Delap into Garnacho. Garnacho. Gusto. Hey, Skelly, what the heck are you doing, man? Just giving the ball away to Garnacho. Garnacho to the box. Cleared by Eze. Madueke. Anyway, guys, make sure you're liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Unless you expected Arsenal to go all gung-ho, but it's like what Arteta has them doing is just wanting to maintain the result and avoid defeat. You can remember in their game against Liverpool, yeah, Liverpool are clearly getting other results with poor performances, but on that particular day, Arsenal are just happy to go and play for a point, just avoid defeat, which to me is okay, but at the same time, sometimes that tactic might not work. But maybe if Chelsea were 11 versus 11, and they actually went up a goal, I don't think Arsenal would have come back. By Hincap is now Rice. Nice pass by Rice. Cleared by James. Merino. Cleared by Fofana. Away by Rice. Circled by Skelly. Is Hincap. Odegaard. Mosquera. Odegaard. Sorry, that was Merino. Mosquera. For Timber. Timber, this is Mosquera. Mosquera. What the heck is Merino doing? You can clearly see here that Arsenal just set up to play for the draw. Even if they have a man up, they're just happy to take the result. That's why as soon as they conceded, you could clearly see that they were hustling Chelsea so they can try and equalize, so they can just play for the draw. But you're playing against 10 men, man. Come on. Merino. That's defending by James. Another set piece opportunity for Arsenal. And if Arsenal to go on and win this game, then I can clearly say that the league title is theirs. But even if they drew it, I don't think can begrudge them the title right now, because the others are just gonna fall further and further behind as the season holds. Arsenal are very good from set pieces, so let's see. They're gonna conjure up from here. Let's see what they're gonna conjure up from here. To the box. Picked up by Sanchez. You wonder how the game would have turned out if it was actually 11 versus 11. If it was 11 versus 11, by James. James finds Garnacho on the far side. Garnacho versus Timber. Garnacho. Garnacho. It's Cucurella. Cucurella to the box. Pedro Neto. Nice header. Picked up by Raya. Yeah. He's Madueke. Back with Hincap. Odegaard. Saka. Shoot Saka. Over the bar. Gyökeres is back on the bench. In fact, I never even checked the bench. So Gyökeres is coming on for Eze. So Eze has been taken off for Gyökeres. So that means Merino is gonna play in Eze's position, while Gyökeres. While Gyökeres plays as the lone forward. In cap, Capiel hoofs it forward. By Gusto. Merino versus James. Merino was actually fouled by James. But you know what? Based on this performance, I'd actually say Chelsea are Arsenal's biggest rivals for the title. Because they have clearly shown that they want this. I honestly expected them just to sit back and roll over. But no, they haven't. Because Arsenal have already played against City and Liverpool. And in both games, even if they drew against City and lost to Liverpool, you can clearly see that both those two teams, looked very shaky. And neither of those teams did enough to want a victory in that game. So, because when they played Liverpool, you could see they were very shaky. Man City, as soon as they scored their one goal, just immediately wanted to sit back. In fact, it was the first time ever that you saw Pep playing with their 5 defenders. Actually bringing on defenders just to try and nullify the Arsenal threat. So, at least you can say that Chelsea might be Arsenal's biggest challengers to the league. Rice is Mosquera. Mosquera coming forward. Saka is Timber. Saka. No one in particular. Out for a goal kick. Who else is on the bench for either side? Let me see. Who else is on the bench for either side? Broughton. Check. So, Badiashile, Champong, Tosin, Santos, Palmer, and Gittens. Odegaard. Bad pass by Odegaard. Picked up by Chaloba. Chaloba coming forward. Release. Go back. My goodness. Why isn't he communicating with Garnacho? For Arsenal on the bench, they've got Kepa, Ben White, Nogard, Waneri, and Jesus. At least Jesus is back. Nice. So the only players who are missing for Arsenal Trossard, Havertz, Gabriel, and Saliba. For Chelsea, the three players that are missing are Colwill, Esego, and Lavia. So Colwill suffered a cruciate ligament injury, so that means that Colwill is gonna be unavailable for the entire season. So he's gonna be back next season because, as you can see, based on this estimate, he's gonna be back in late April, pretty much late April. What are you gonna do late April? Goal kick. Nothing you're gonna do in late April, eh? So just means that Levi Colwill is gonna be available from next season. As for Arsenal, Kai Havertz and Trossard are almost back. Gabriel will be back in early December, and Saliba will also be back in a few days. But at least Jesus is on the bench. Eh? These are good things. So even if the whole Gyökeres thing does not work out, at least they have Gyökeres. They have rather Jesus to rely upon and actually bring on to the game. Canacho fouled by Timber. Is that gonna be a yellow card for Timber? I can't really say bad tackling. Julian Timber. Uh, not a bad foul in any way. Anyways, another free kick to Chelsea taken by Donato. But Chelsea are gonna conjure up from this, eh? All Arsenal players are back. Into Enzo, Fofana, this kick in goal, man. Caloba, this Cucurella, Delap. Wonderful save from Raya. This Saka over the bar. Maybe it's time to take off Saka, eh? Why are they fighting, man? Enzo and having a go at each other. Not really fighting, but having a go at each other. And Raya. Maybe Enzo or the Raya thought that Enzo was actually faking that injury. Yeah, this game, there's nothing wrong with that, eh? But Skelly this season has looked so shaky. Compared to how he was last season, this season, like Skelly has actually gone down a level, huh? Because he seems so worried. Whenever he comes on in games, it's like don't really know what to expect from him. Enzo versus Timber. Enzo is told to get up. Okay. It's wonderful game management as well from Cucurella. I thought that he was gonna get a second yellow because he was booked very early on, the first half. But somehow then he's been able to manage himself properly. It's Madueke. Nice tackle. Well defended by Rice. Circled by Merino. Merino into Skelly. Nice tackle by James. Chelsea to Arsenal today. There was a player who was actually playing well today. Hey, Rhys James. In that new role. Hey, Rhys James. In fact, if I'm to pick a man of the match, I'd actually pick him. Captain performance, man. Rhys James has played his heart out today. The kind of performance where you're telling your opponent, you're not just gonna get a routine victory in my backyard. You're gonna fight for every ball, for every challenge, for every contest, which is actually good. Which is why we love London derbies. But derbies are supposed to be feisty affairs. They're not just supposed to be boring affairs, man, where one team dominates play from start to finish. No, it's supposed to be end-to-end stuff. There hasn't really been end-to-end stuff, because I think Arsenal can clearly see that they are playing with the handbrake on. They are just happy to avoid defeat today. Maybe that's the game plan from Arteta. Just avoid defeat and you'll be okay. But at times you need to go for it. Honestly, I expected them to go for it. But anyway, it's still have 8 minutes left. I don't know whether they're gonna go for it. A foul by Delap on Timber. So this Delap fella, he loves a fight. You might actually think that these guys are professional martial arts fighters or boxers. But anyway, it's good. It's good. But regardless of what happens in this game, even if Arsenal are to win it, at least I'll try, you know what? Chelsea, with both 11 and 10 men, clearly put out a good performance of them. Because they clearly told, because they have clearly told Arsenal, even though you're going to win this title, you're just not going to hand it over to you like that. We're going to ensure that we fight you today, which they've actually done. For the 83 minutes, honestly, I expected maybe Chelsea's performance to drop in the second half, but they've come out stronger. In fact, even took the lead. Arsenal pegged them back. So, anyway, for me, you know what? Chelsea, wonderful performance today. Wonderful performance. A free kick to Chelsea. Hey, James today. Rhys James. I've never seen him perform like this for Chelsea. Honestly, the best ever performance I've seen Rhys James put out. Kelly hoofs it clear. Joker has even touched the ball. Don't think. Joker has not even touched the ball, man. Ganacho. Ganacho. Enzo almost bulldozed his way through, man. Nice tackle from Gusto. Can clearly see Chelsea want this thing more than Arsenal. Gusto. Go across. Hey, hey. Chelsea have clearly shown that actually stood up to be counted. Actually stood up to be counted. So And based on how the other contenders are playing, I would not be surprised if Chelsea were to finish second behind us. I would not be surprised if they are to finish behind Arsenal, second place, because as you can clearly see that they're covering every bit of grass in this game. Pedro Neto, Pedro Neto, Pedro Neto. Oh, should have done a whole lot better with that. Was there anybody on the overlap? Gusto and maybe should have played in Gusto or Enzo. We will see. We will see. Can clearly see us Chelsea as far as attempts are concerned. 11 attempts, 4 on target. Arsenal just 5 attempts with 3 on target. Now, this is a start where, now that particular start tells you the story of this game. So if you have to watch the story of this game based on stats, then those stats will actually tell you how the game has been. Because it's clearly been Gyökeres, Merino, what a save! Ouch! Ay, 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 ay. Gyökeres. Jeez. Okay, he was obligated to go for that ball, Oh, he took out Sanchez. Jeez, man. Just a yellow card there, yeah. Not be anything more than that, He's actually remorseful, man. Yeah, he clearly knows that he took out the keeper, I just hope that he was not leaning with his studs, because if he was, Ish. Ouch. It's painful. It's painful for the goalkeeper. What a wonderful save from Sanchez. Yeah, Gyökeres has actually slipped. He actually slipped. Just went out and took Sanchez. Yeah. And it's expected. It's expected because what is Gyökeres supposed to do? Just back out of that? No, he's not supposed to. This Sanchez is okay. It didn't look as bad as we had earlier thought. Because Gyökeres just slipped and I think he just hit him on the upper shoulder. I actually thought that maybe he had gone with his knees or studs into his chest. If that would have been the case, then Gyökeres may have been sent off. Yeah, Sanchez being told to go long. Being told to go long. We do not want that ball here, man. Just go long. In fact, there is no player from either club. Chelsea's defensive half. On the floor. Is that Neto? Get up. Your team needs you, man. It was purely accidental, Can't penalize Kelly for that, How many minutes of added time for? Is it enough for either team to get a winner? Maybe it is. Maybe it is enough for Arsenal to get a winner. Because if you are to go on and win this game, like I said, that is what champions do. But based on this performance, we saw Creole and Chelsea. So cruel on Chelsea because Chelsea have deserved more than a point in this game. That's why I said if it was 11 versus 11, maybe it would have been a different case. But it's like, Chelsea went down to 10 men. It's like they also went up another gear. Also, they have not been helped by the fact that Arsenal today have used to get out of second gear. Arsenal have just been happy to sit back. Arsenal are just playing for the draw. Pedro Neto. Oh man, this Kelly. Madueke cross it in the box. Skelly. In cap. Saka. Cleared by Chaloba. That offside. Offside on Saka. And your draw is not really a fair result, eh? Chelsea, because they have clearly done more than enough to merit a victory in this game. Them going on to win, if they are to win this game, if anything was to happen in this game, clearly Chelsea have played their hearts out. In fact, I never expected them to play like this. I honestly thought that maybe they were just gonna allow Arsenal to just bulldoze through them. But funny enough, they have not done that at all. In fact, they have gone toe to toe with Arsenal because they have been playing with 10 men for the better part of, is it around between 50 to 60 minutes. They've been playing with 10 men. Is Rice, Saka, is Mosquera, Kera Odegaard, this Timber, cross it. Cleared by Chaloba. It's now a foot race. That's Raya doing. Skelly has to be the last chance of the game now. Skelly, Madueke, come on, cross it. Down the line, to the box. Yeah. Somebody took it away from his teammate's head. Was that Odegaard? To the box. Merino over the bar. That was Timber. Timber was trying to head that ball in, but who took it away from him? Gyökeres was coming in, man. Timber did not hear the shout from Gyökeres. It would have been a free header for Gyökeres. And that would have been a goal right there. That was the chance of the winner. That was the chance of a winner. Anyway, a draw maybe is a fair result for Arsenal. It's a fair result for Arsenal because they clearly, based on today's performance, stinker, man. Yep. Game over. Game over. Can officially say that Chelsea have been held by 10-man Chelsea have been held by Arsenal. Because Arsenal today, honestly, I expected them to do a whole lot better, but sheesh. Arsenal. I'm sure the Arsenal fans are gonna be fuming because there was clearly a chance right there just to put some distance between themselves and Chelsea and also the chasing pack. But anyway, the gap still remains the same, between Arsenal and Chelsea. It's still at 6 points, but because Man City won yesterday, so the gap is now down to 5 points. So Aston Villa in 4th place on 24 points because they won today against Wolves 1-0. And then Brighton are in 5th position. Let me just show you guys the table so that you also are aware of what we are discussing. Yeah, so as you can see there, Arsenal clear at the top. 9 games played, 13 games played, 9 wins, 3 draws and 1 defeat. Manchester City, 13 games played, 8 wins, 1 draw, 4 defeats. You can see City closest challengers to Arsenal, 5 points behind. Chelsea, impressive performance today. Not like I've always said, whenever on this channel, whenever a team plays well, we are going to pick them up. And Chelsea today, wonderful, wonderful. They played a very intense derby today, right from the kickoff to the last hour. And even if they played the entire second half with 10 men and part of the second half, or the first half rather, clearly you cannot in any way say that they deserved a loss in this game. Clearly played the hard stuff. And of course, in fourth place, you have Aston Villa on 24 points, Brighton fifth on 22 points, Sunderland sixth on 22 points, Manchester United, Liverpool tied on 21 points, Crystal Palace 20 points, Brentford on 19 points. The teams that now at the bottom, as you can see, Wolves rooted to the bottom of the table. Some points adrift of the other team, which is now Burnley, who still not yet had a single victory this season. But today they were close. They kept Aston Villa at an arm's length, but eventually they could not in any way hang on for the draw, but they eventually lost. Burnley, 19th place. Leeds dropped down to 18th because they lost yesterday, and also Burnley lost. West Ham also lost against Liverpool, so still not yet clear of the relegation zone. Forest also lost to Brighton, so still quite close at the bottom. Fulham managed to get some distance away from Forest and West Ham and Leeds because of by virtue of their victory yesterday against Tottenham Hotspur. Everton yesterday were drabbed by Newcastle, so that means Newcastle go above Everton. Tottenham, very poor performance yesterday, just hanging on to 12th position. Bournemouth seems they are currently in free fall. Bournemouth are in free fall. So, been a poor performance from Bournemouth in the past couple of games. I think they are winless in 5 now, as you can see. Winless in 5 because they lost against Sunderland. They're actually leading 2-0. With West Ham, lost to Aston Villa 4-0. Lost to City 3-1. Their last victory was against Nottingham Forest. So, anyway, it's not been a bad game so far. Been a good game. As from a Chelsea perspective, it's been a good game. Been a good game. From an Arsenal perspective, pathetic. I'll just call it as it is. It was a pathetic performance because clearly Arsenal had the opportunity of grabbing the bull by the horns, but honestly, I expected them to go on a dominant performance against Chelsea, but they didn't. In fact, they just faltered all through. But anyway, maybe they live to fight another day. So, guys, do remember that there are more games coming up in midweek. We're gonna have games right from Tuesday all the way to Thursday. So, the Tuesday games, we're gonna have Bournemouth versus Everton, Fulham versus City, Newcastle versus Tottenham. Then on Wednesday, gonna feature a couple of games there. Arsenal versus Brentford, Brighton, Aston Villa, Burnley, Crystal Palace, Wolves, Nottingham Forest, Leeds, Chelsea, and of course, Liverpool versus Sunderland. Then on Thursday, we round off match week 14 with Manchester United versus West Ham United. That game actually, West Ham last season managed to win 1-0 at Old Trafford. Let's see whether United are gonna be in for the revenge mission in that game. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for being part of this watch along. It's not really the best game of football that we have witnessed as far as Arsenal are concerned. Seems like they just came to play for the draw. But anyway, at least they avoided defeat. But honestly, I expected way better from Arsenal. Honestly, I expected them to put up a statement victory today. But it's like the way Arteta has them set up. Just want to avoid defeat. In fact, for them, if they are to win the league with maybe 20 wins and maybe 14 draws and the rest are losses, they'll be okay. Because I'm sure Arteta just sets them up not to lose. But at the same time, the reverse also works. You're also setting up the team not to win. So if you're just avoiding draws, avoiding eventually maybe that track is gonna run out. But anyway, like I said, for me, I still have them as favorites to win the league because I don't think Chelsea, Man City, and Liverpool are consistent enough to challenge Arsenal to the title because Arsenal got a very sturdy defense and at the same time they've got a lot of Arsenal. Hey, I like doing. They've got a lot of weaponry in their Arsenal because they can score set pieces. They're actually the best team in Europe as far as set pieces. Can also score from open play, and most of their players are now coming back from injury, which is actually a plus for them. So let's see how they're gonna play against Brentford. So do tune in, guys, for those games on in midweek from Tuesday all the way till Thursday, and we shall be here to cover each and every bit of those games. Until the next game, guys, make sure you do take care. If you're gonna catch this stream or catch this video soon as it's the stream has ended, it's your first time, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Anyway, been your boy right here, Vince Kivala. Until the next video, peace.